In this tutorial, we're going to be walking through how to connect two well-known integration platforms. They are Zapier and Pabbly. The same is for Maker as well, or any of the other integration platforms. And what we're looking to be able to do is take the lead data from this particular tool out via one of those platforms, via Zapier or via Pabbly, and then into any other application that you choose. So you may want to take the leads out and put them straight into your own unique CRM, or you may want to be able to move them into a Google spreadsheet, or absolutely anywhere using the Zapier or Pabbly platforms. So we're going to start with Zapier, and to trigger this, we're going up to the top right-hand corner to our avatar, and we're going to integrations. Within integration, we're then going to the custom webhook. And here in the custom webhook section, you'll be able to create this particular flow. What we're going to do is create the system within Zapier first and show you exactly how it works. And it's the same process within Pabbly. And when in this particular demonstration, we're going to be taking leads from this system and then out to a Google spreadsheet. So let's give this a name. So this is our demo Zapier export. Now what we need is a webhook URL, and we get that from Zapier or from Pabbly when we get to that step. So we need that webhook URL from Zapier. Let's head across there and set that up. So here we are in Zapier, and we're going to simply create a new Zap. Within the new Zap, what we're going to do is start with our trigger, and in this case, our trigger is going to be a webhook. So as we click on trigger, we can see that the webhook is here, or you can type here webhook. You'll need to be a paying member, not the free plan for webhooks to be visible within Zapier. So a webhook, there it is. And this is going to now allow us to create a URL. So the webhook's here, and the event we're looking for is to catch that webhook. As soon as we select that, we can then select continue, and we'll click continue again. We can leave this blank. So continue again. And what's going to happen now is we're given a URL which is unique to this particular Zap. So we're going to copy that URL, and that's where we're going to paste it straight back into our integration tab here. So we're pasting that here, and now authorization we can leave blank, headers we can leave blank, but our key and parameters, query parameters is exactly what we need to be able to take out of the system. So you'll be able to see all of the information or data that we're bringing across. We've got company name, company phone, website, company rating, their state, country, city, street, socials, the AI prompts, the first line, the summary, the email subject line. All of these are available fields that can come out from the system. Now what we need to do is actually set up a parameter for each piece of data that we want to come out. So let's say we want the company name. I'm just going to call it like that, company name, and that's the first one in our list, company name. Great. Now we also want perhaps the company location. So we can web address. So we can click the plus icon to get a new line, and I'm going to call this website. So you need to choose the names over on the left-hand side, and then choose the matching data from the right-hand side. So I want the company website to fulfill that particular space. Now let's drop in. We want the company phone number. So again, I can choose that from my list, and we can keep going. So let's grab that information's great. We'll leave our state, country, city for now, but let's move through and grab, for example, our lead, the actual lead, the individual, not just the company name, but let's grab the the individual name, first name, last name, and email. So we want first name, last name, and email, just adding those three there. So I want first name, and I choose it from the list. So that's the lead first name. I want last name, choose that from the list, lead's last name. There we go. And email. So again, I'm choosing that from our list. And of course, you can take any of the other data that you choose there. So now here we go. We are taking out the company name, the website, the phone number, and then the lead, first name, last name, email. And simply, once that's set up, I can add that webhook into the system. Just like that. And you'll see the webhook now in our active connections up in the top right-hand corner. If I come across there, we'll see that one I just created, which is the demo Zapier export. Now I will be able to edit that from here or view the history or delete if I choose to. So now that we have that set up in our system, what we're going to do is go over to Zapier and see this all the way through. So over in Zapier, here we are. We've got our webhook, and we want to be able to test this trigger. So we're going to say test the trigger, but we haven't sent anything to this yet. So that's where we need to head off first. We've got this in our system. Now let's send something to it so that we can pick it up in Zapier and carry that forward. So we've got our demo Zapier export. What we're going to do is come to one of our saved lists and one of our results in the system. So I'm simply going to just tick that box there, and I can choose however many emails I want to. But I'm saying this particular company, we've got one email from them, and this is what we're going to send across to our tested connection. So we come up here and we are our little green aeroplane there. We're going to literally click that, and it gives us a choice of all of the connections that we have. And there was our one that we just created, the demo Zapier export. So that's where I want to send it. And those results have been successfully queued for sending. So now it should take only a second or two. We can come across, and now we can test the trigger. So as we test now, we'll see that there's that information that we brought over. And exactly as we put in there, we have the email, first and last name, phone number and website, and company name. So now it's picking up the information that's being sent across. We're super close. So now we've got this as our test record. We can continue. And for our next step, what we want to do is send this across to a Google Sheet. Now this is just for this particular example. So let's go to Google Sheets. Now in Google Sheets, you'll need to have a sheet ready with columns that have the same information you're looking for. So I've set this up in advance. This is a Google Sheet. Company name, website, phone number, lead first name, lead last name, and lead email. We've got that there. Great. So now that's what we're going to connect up to. So let's say I'm in my Google Sheet. I'm going to create a spreadsheet row just like that. Click on continue. And you can see that it's got our connection there. So this will be the connection that our Zapier and Google Sheets are connected with. Continue. Tells us which drive to search. I've only got one. Which spreadsheet? Now, the one that you've just created will be the top of the list. So there's that test lead spreadsheet. And if we've only got one worksheet, it is then going to select. Now, here it's pulling in the columns that we set up on that sheet. Company name, company website. And now we can just simply map that data across. So we go, okay, we want the company name to fill in the company name column on the spreadsheet. The website the same. Away we go. Let's go. Did I bring the website? Yes, I did. There it is. I want the company phone number, just like that. And I want the lead first name, the lead last name. There we go. And finally, that lead email. Just like that. Okay. Now, a bit of a trick. I'll show you the result, but if you're a Power Zapier user, you'll get to this. This phone number with a plus symbol will actually cause an error in an Excel spreadsheet because it thinks that's a mathematical formula, plus something minus something. So you may need to put an extra step in here, which I'll quickly show you just so we can cover that off. So what we're doing is we're literally bringing that in from the lead generation tool. We're sending it through Zapier. We're mapping it across to a Google spreadsheet. Let's click on continue and let's test this. So now we have ton and blank construction. Let's test this out and pop open our spreadsheet there. And there it is. It's dropped that straight in. And there's that error that I was mentioning. So when I click on that, I can see that the phone number is there, but it's showing up as an error. So there's a couple of things you can do. And this is not a Zapier training, but what you can do, if you like, is pop in an extra step and you can format that text. And you can say, okay, I want to format numbers. And you can transform a phone number. And then it's going to say from where. You can put the phone number field here and to what, and we're going to say okay to international, no hyphens, just like that. We might say there's one here that's no symbols, I believe. No symbols, there we go. So no symbols international, something like that. Okay, and then we can continue there. What you will need to do, so we can test that out. Okay, and I may not have set that up right. Let me just come back again. Oh, I did that twice. There we go. Okay. So, okay. take that one and format it to no symbols international. Fantastic. Validate the phone number. No, we want to turn that off just for this case. Retest. There we go. Now our output has no symbols. Now what you'll need to do is put the new formatted number into that spreadsheet row. So our spreadsheet row needs to be remapped. Instead of the original phone number, we're just going to pop in the step 2 format, the output. And as I click on continue, now we can retest that step. And what we should see is a new row there with the number. There we go. Perfect. So just taking out those mathematical symbols, the plus and the minus signs from that original phone number. Okay, so that was a little bit off path. But now what we've got is we've got a Zap ready to go and we've set this up. Sorry, there we go. We've set this up. We can publish this. So this Zap can now sit and be live, and we can now do this in bulk from our lead generation tool. So away we go. Let's give this a test. Now we want everybody that we've selected, and we're going to send them across to our CRM, the demo Zapier export. There we go. Just like that. Okay. And we will now see them coming into our spreadsheet, and away they all go. There they go, filling in there beautifully. So we've been able to take the information directly from our system out through Zapier and then into any application that you choose. In this particular example, we've used Google Spreadsheets, but you can use absolutely anything. Now the process is exactly the same for Pabbly, just slightly different screens. So let's walk through the same process with Pabbly. And now that we know how the mapping works, we can steer straight through. So let's jump across to Pabbly and have a look at the same thing. So again, we're going to go up to our integration and custom webhook. So we go integration to our custom webhook. And this time we're going to call it the demo Pabbly export. Okay, and again, the same thing. We need a URL. We need that webhook URL. So in Pabbly, here we are in Pabbly. And again, I need to create a workflow. So this is my test lead export. And let's create this. Now it's going to give us a, there we go. Now, in the same way as we have with Zapier, we are going to start with a webhook. So as we click on a webhook here, we want to catch the webhooks, exact same thing, and it's going to give us that URL. And again, this URL is unique to this particular Pabbly run or Pabbly workflow. So copying that, popping it back into our system, exactly the same way, just like that. And same thing, no authorization, no headers, but we just need to map this across. So let me get that done as fast as I can. Company name is going to be that one. And let me add, we wanted the company phone number, we wanted the company website address, we wanted our lead first name, lead last name, and email. So I've just gone ahead and filled that out to save you the time from watching. So we've got the company name, website, first name, last name, lead email, and I popped the phone at the bottom there. So, and again, we're going to add that webhook into the system. And this was our Pabbly demo export, demo Pabbly export right here. Again, we need to test this so that the Pabbly webhook knows what it's listening for. Again, we'll come across to our data list here, and let's come across to one of our list. Select a company, and we're going to now send this, again, using that green airplane symbol, we're going to send this to the demo Pabbly export. Clicking that one, we're now sent that data across, and let's go and retrieve it over there at Pabbly. So here we go. It's come straight across. Email, last name, first name, company name, website, and phone number, not in this particular case, but we have it all there, and we're good to go. So now we can now send this same data across to our next application, which again, we're going to use our Google Sheet. So let's grab that Google Sheet right here. And again, we're going to add a new row. Okay, so I've authorized my account there. I've got that the same spreadsheet chosen. Spreadsheet 1, sheet 1, and now again I get to map my details across. So we will say, okay, company name comes from our webhook. There it is, just like that. Our website, let's grab it from the webhook. There it is. Our company phone, let's grab it from the website. There it is if it's existing. Our first name, again, super quick going through. We're just literally mapping the fields the same as we did with our Zapier, and our email. There we go. Let's get that done just like that. Okay, so let's save and test. And we should now see this record coming across to our same spreadsheet that we were using before. So let's come have a look. There it is right there. That last record right into the system. Beautiful. Now we are able to test in bulk. So we can say, okay, let's grab all of these records and let's now send it via our Pabbly export. Just like that. And we will see them coming in. There they all go. Fantastic. Again, we've got that error. So in the same way, we can do that formatting of the text between these two steps and replace the phone number with the formatted phone number. But now, again, we can connect up multiple connections via Zapier, via Pabbly, the same system with Maker and used to be Integromat. Any other connected intermediary platforms, you can do the same thing. So long as you can get a webhook, you can send that out. So as long as you get that webhook URL, we can map those fields across straight from within the lead generation software. I hope that makes it more flexible for you. I hope you can now do amazing things with the webhook function within our lead generation software.